Welcome to KSG News, where you get all the latest updates from across the globe to help you with your exam preparations. We begin with GS Paper 3. This piece of update is in connection with environment. The newest pledges by countries to cut greenhouse gas emissions are falling far short of what's needed to limit global warming to what the Paris Climate Accord seeks. This is according to a new United Nations report. So the UN's climate chief is telling nations to go back and try harder. Most countries, especially top carbon polluters like China, United States and India, missed the 31st December deadline for submitting official emission cutting targets for November's climate negotiations in Scotland. The report on the 26th of February 2021 provides an incomplete snapshot of the world's efforts. The world's pledges so far are only enough to reduce global carbon dioxide emissions to less than 1% below 2010 levels by 2030. The world has to cut carbon pollution 45% below 2010 levels to achieve the most stringent official Paris goal of limiting future warming to another half a degree from now. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the report a red alert for our planet. The 2015 Paris Climate Agreement had nations submit voluntary targets for how much heat-trapping gases they would spew by 2025 and update them every 5 years. With the big pandemic delayed climate negotiations in Glasgow set for later this year, nations are supposed to submit updated and tougher goals for 2030. The US, second biggest carbon polluter behind China, promises its goal will be announced before a special Earth Day summit in April. Fewer than half of the world's countries, accounting for 30% of the world's carbon emissions, submitted targets by the deadline. Only 7 of the top 15 carbon polluting nations had done so. Shifting focus to GS Paper 1, this is in connection with art and culture. The Archaeological Survey of India, or the ASI, has unearthed a Buddhist monastery believed to be at least 900 years old, buried under a mound in a village situated in a hilly district of Hazaribagh district of Jharkhand. The finding comes 2 months after the discovery of an ancient Buddhist shrine buried under a similar mound barely 100 meters away. Now, what is the significance of this and what does this really mean? Over the past 4 days, a team from the Patna branch of ASI has excavated 10 stone statues of deity Tara and Buddha in Burhani village near Juljul Pahad of Sitagadi Hills, around 12 kilometers from district headquarters Hazaribagh. On the 25th of February 2021, they found a sculpture which appears to be that of Shaivite deity Maheshwari with a coiled crown and chakra, indicating cultural assimilation in the era. Archaeologists said that the findings were significant since the monastery is on the old route to Varanasi, 10 kilometers from Sarnath, where the Buddha gave his first sermon. They said that the presence of statues of deity Tara shows possible proliferation of Vajrayana form of Buddhism in this region. Vajrayana is a form of Tantric Buddhism which flourished in India from 6th to 11th century. Moving on to GS Paper 3, official data shows that India's economy grew 0.4% year-on-year in the final quarter of 2020, ending its first recession since independence as easing coronavirus restrictions sparked a modest recovery. The country has struggled to claw back lost ground after a stringent months-long lockdown caused the labor market to collapse and the economy to contract by nearly a quarter between April and June. The country entered a technical recession last year for the first time since gaining independence after registering 2 successive quarters of contraction. The government now estimates annual GDP will fall 8% in 2020 to 2021. The latest figures, which fell shy of the expectations of a Bloomberg survey of economists pegging growth at 0.5% for the December-ended quarter, will nonetheless bring some cheer to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's beleaguered government. Passenger vehicle sales in the bellwether automobile sector increased by over 11% in January compared to a year earlier, according to industry figures. Key sectors such as construction and manufacturing also showed an improvement compared to the same quarter last year, as per Friday's data. Restrictions have been relaxed as coronavirus infections have slowed in the country of 1.3 billion in recent weeks. The government has forecast economic growth of 11% in the 2021 to 2022 financial years, in line with the International Monetary Fund's prediction of 11.5%. New Delhi is hoping that the economy will get a further boost from a massive vaccination drive that kicked off last month but which is already running behind schedule, with 12.2 million shots administered so far to health workers and frontline staff. In some more updates related to the GS Paper 3, this piece of update is in connection with economy. The RBI on the 26th of February 2021 extended the deadline to apply for an umbrella entity which the central bank wants to set up to focus on the retail payment systems in the country by over a month to 31st March in view of the pandemic. In August last year, RBI had released a framework for authorization of an umbrella entity for retail payments in the country and had invited applications from desirous entities by the 26th of February 2021. Requests have been received from various stakeholders, including Indian Banks Association, for extending the deadline, keeping in view the COVID-19 related disruptions and inconveniences, RBI said in a release. It has been accordingly decided to extend the timeline for making the application up to 31st of March 2021. The entity is to be set up as a company as a for-profit under the Companies Act 2013 and will get authorization under the Payment and Settlement Systems Act 2007. These activities include but are not limited to ATMs, white label POS, Aadhaar-based payments and remittance services, newer payment methods, standards and technologies, monitor related issues in the country and internationally, taking care of developmental objectives like enhancement of awareness about the payment system. They are also expected to operate clearing and settlement systems for participating banks and non-banks, carry on any other business suitable to further strengthen the retail payments ecosystem in the country. Such entities are also expected to interact and be interoperable to the extent possible with the systems operated by National Payments Corporation of India. The umbrella entity may be permitted to participate in Reserve Bank's payment and settlement systems, including having a current account with RBI if required. Now, in some other updates related to GS Paper 1, this is in connection with geography and agriculture. Kaveri Seeds Company said it has become the first seed producer in the world with more than 1 lakh acres under seed production in a country. The bulk of the newly acquired seed production area is dedicated to the non-cotton sector and mostly towards high-margin hybrid rice, maize and vegetable seeds, and nearly half of the land is located in and around the Telugu states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, India's largest listed producer of hybrid seeds said. Now, what is the significance of this? With rising seed replacement ratios where farmers are picking up more hybrid varieties of rice and maize, the company with 930 crore rupees of annual revenue is also eyeing margins of around 50% over the next 3 to 4 years against the current blended margin of 20%. The product mix will also undergo a significant change where non-cotton seeds will be dominating with around 60% of revenue contribution over this period. Currently, 47% of revenue comes from selling cotton seeds. Hybrid rice, which currently contributes around a quarter of Kaveri Seeds' revenue, has emerged as the second largest revenue contributor after cotton. That's it from our side in this edition of KSG News. Stay tuned for more such short, concise and informative videos to help with your exam preparations.